When you go to a shopping center, what is your first thought? Are you overwhelmed by the amount of choices available to you as a customer? Do you think you're consciously choosing one brand over another? Well, if you are, then think again. What if both the brands that you are looking at are actually owned by the same company? What if your fast thinking brain doesn't understand pricing manipulation? Are you worried that you're going to be the only person at work without that new iPhone? Let's go through a few ways in which large corporations have been influencing your decisions. They might impact you, but more importantly, they're affecting the future generations by robbing them of their planet. Hello and welcome to our podcast, Chaotic Chintan, our attempt at understanding the chaos around us. Coming back to you again this week is Vaidehi and Pankaj to talk to you about how large corporations are manipulating consumers under capitalism.
What would you think a 6-year-old will recognize more easily? A cigarette brand or Mickey Mouse? If you said Mickey Mouse, you're wrong. R.J. Reynolds, the tobacco company, started a marketing campaign in 1988 targeting the kids. They came up with a cool camel character called Joe Camel or Old Joe. Old Joe became so popular that by 1991, 91% of 6-year-olds were able to associate Old Joe with the cigarette packet. More children were able to recognize Joe Camel than Mickey Mouse and Disney. This is a chilling testament to the tactics used by the big companies to capture our attention, often at the expense of ethics. But wait, there is more. You know diamonds are forever? That is a branding exercise done by De Beers. It's a South African diamond consortium. The branding and marketing gives an impression that the diamonds are forever and that's why they are expensive. In many parts of the world, people spend almost 3 months of their salary to buy an engagement ring. I say the diamond industry has played it well. You would think something like a diamond will have a good resale value, but they lose 50% of the value the moment you leave the store. Probably that's why they are forever. You can never sell them. But it is the cigarette industry which has used marketing the most. Edward Bernays, who's today known as the father of PR, coined the phrase torches of freedom for cigarettes. He was hired by the American Tobacco Company to recruit women smokers. He decided to eliminate the social taboo. That is precisely what the campaign did. It told the women that the taboo was a sign of oppression. He hailed the cigarettes as torches of freedom. He hired good-looking women to smoke in the Easter Sunday parade in New York. A popular feminist of the time, Ruth Hale, also called for women to join the march. She said, "Women, light another torch of freedom and fight another sex taboo." Edward Bernays, he hired his own photographers to take good pictures and publish those photos worldwide. This, along with other campaigns aimed at women, led to an increase in smoking in women. By 1965, 33% of women were smoking in US.
If I asked you how to get kids to come back to your store again and again, what would you say? If you said give them free toys, you're absolutely right. This is what McDonald's did. They started giving free toys with their Happy Meals. This made them one of the largest toy distributors. On November 2nd, 2010, the San Francisco Board of Supervisors passed a law which said that companies can only give free toys if their food was healthy. If you think McDonald's improved their nutritional value of the food because of this, well, wrong again. All they did was charge 10 cents extra instead of giving the toys away for free so they could easily circumvent them. The adult version of this, called the Active Fit Happy Meal, was actually introduced in 2004. And this included a bottle of water, salad, an exercising booklet, and a stepometer. The amount of effort spent on not fixing the problem is mind-blowing. Ever wonder why prices always end at 99? It's a psychological trick, obviously, played on your fast-thinking brain. You usually use your fast-thinking brain for trivial everyday decisions. For example, considering if something is of better value or not. For your fast-thinking brain, $4.99 is cheaper than $5. This applies across all industries. Your phone probably costs $14.99 and not $1,500. Your pen probably costs $9.99 and not $10.
Ever felt like you have to get that latest iPhone or the limited edition sneakers as soon as they are released? You are probably a victim of artificial scarcity, which induces FOMO. FOMO, fear of missing out. A lot of companies artificially create scarcity by calling something limited edition or collab edition and only make 50 to 100 of them. I mean, they have the production line, right? They are going to make a lot of it. So why not make more? Now, since the product is expensive, you don't use it. And since you're not using it, it becomes a collectible. And as it's a collectible, you will collect more of this. You will get the next edition. You will get the previous editions. It's a vicious cycle. When a new iPhone is released, fans queue outside the stores for more than 2 nights just to be the first in line to get the phone or the watch. An Apple user has this to say on their official discussion board for the question, can you get an iPhone in store on launch day? Apple stores are very crowded on launch day. You will likely find yourself relegated to a long line of people hoping to get a new phone who didn't pre order, and there is absolutely no guarantee that you'll get a phone after waiting what could be hours in line. If that sounds like fun, knock yourself out. This is not just an iPhone thing. I can actually see someone being very excited about getting an iPhone because they are going to use it for 2 years. But the next one beats me. There is a croissanterie in Melbourne which is reputed to make one of the best croissants in the world. They decided to open a pop up stall in Sydney in July 23 for 3 days to sell those amazing croissants. On the first day, people started lining up from 5 a.m. in the morning for croissants, and the whole stock was sold out in half a day. I'm sure the croissants were really good, but will I wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning just to get croissants in the city? Probably not. If you thought FOMO can happen only for exclusive events, you're wrong again. Supreme is an American clothing brand which has a weekly drop events. They specifically target young men between the age of 14 and 30. They get these fans to line up outside the shops even for the weekly drops. This shows how well the FOMO works. It can get you to line up even for weekly events and for a mass produced item. Supreme's approach also has a high resale value, so they can go for a higher price in the market outside.
Another tool in the hands of large corporations is lobbying. Lobbying is where the industry comes together to influence policymakers to make policies in their favor. It gets scary when capital interests are prioritized over the public interest. In the US, a group supported by the Department of Agriculture proposed healthier lunches as a way to fight childhood obesity. The food lobbyists immediately sprung into action and also had rules written such as making tomato a vegetable so that pizzas could be considered healthy. We already know that oil and NRA are some of the biggest lobbies in the US. They pour billions of dollars into their lobbying efforts. Would you believe that if I told you in the US, supplements are not treated as medicines, which means they do not need to go through the amount of testing that medicines do? Supplements get attention only if it causes serious harm to a large number of people. This is achieved thanks to the lobbying effects from the nutritional and dairy supplements lobby. Dr. Mike has talked about it quite a bit, and you can check his videos out to know more. So, does all of this really mean that consumers are doomed to buy things that they don't really need? Well, not really. This is where increased awareness and dialogue plays a crucial role. By understanding the tactics corporations use, we can make more informed decisions. What happens if your information is also manipulated? Well, then it just means that we need to spend more time researching our options. Companies put the onus of research on public. The public assumes that someone has done the research. Since it's everybody's job that anybody can do, no one actually does it. Remember, as consumers, staying informed about our role in the economic system is key. So what's your take on this intricate dance between consumers and corporations? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and like always, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.